What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me. It's Brian here with Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the horoscope. If it's your first time here, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it, and your support means the world to me. So, jumping into the transits for today, it is August 13th, 2020. It's heavy. It's heavy. This week's wild. Next week's wild. We don't get just like easy transits from here on out. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Everything's wild. This astrology is insane. It blows my mind. And I look at it every day. So, we do still have the moon still in Gemini, and it's going to be making a sextile to the sun. So definitely preparing us for the dark moon phase that's coming in Cancer, where the moon will be dignified in her home sign of Cancer, but at the same time in that dark moon phase where we won't see her, and it very much is the closing of a big cycle and the eclipses and the Cancer season. And, even though we are in Leo and the sun is dignified in his home right now, we haven't really gotten the full Leo yet until we get this new moon next week. So this is definitely a big moment today where we're in that curiosity, we're in that truth, and we're in our emotional truth to where we can, find the comfort and be stimulated emotionally, but also come from a place of love and bring that passion out there. And, that's what's passionate, right? Is when we connect to the truth of life and to others. And we bring that emotional connection is when we really do, stimulate ourselves and, find something, fun to do. Mars is going to start to trine over to the sun. This is like great. Mars is also, of course, exactly started yesterday, is exactly square Pluto in Capricorn with Saturn and Jupiter. This is the craziest time ever. This is the first of three. This is big, like big hidden changes coming. Pluto is that like hidden aspect, that we didn't even know for a long time was out there. This really small planet, big energy, planet of transformation, kind of comes out of nowhere and just blows things up. And like, here we are squaring Mars, our ego, our identity, and who we are individually. Big transformations are happening right now. And if you're not in your truth and you're not in what feels good and in your divine alignment and going towards what feels right and what feels fated for you, this is going to be a weird energy really moving forward for the rest of this year, especially with Uranus going retrograde. Uranus is very much stationed right now and about to go retrograde. And before I go too far, I might as well just jump into the charts with you guys. All right. So yeah, Uranus right here. Retrograde Saturday. When I looked at the ephemeris yesterday, it does say that it's on, what is that, the 15th, I think? But because of the time difference, it is Saturday here. So Saturday in the States, Uranus will go retrograde. Uranus in Taurus is like about really our values. It is what we define. It is what's real, and it is what brings you value. And Uranus is going to go retrograde. This does happen once a year. This is a 6-month on, 6-month off transit here with these outer planets usually, especially Uranus. And, this is going to really shake things up, about what we do value. And especially this year with all the crazy shit that's going on. Like, let's be honest. It's a crazy year. So this is really shifting our value. This is really making us, it's going to bring out the unexpected things. And that's why really this week is about stepping into your truth and finding things that you do truly value and that you do what makes you happy and stimulates you and brings the electricity into your life. Because when Uranus goes offline, it gets weird. Like it's going to get weird with being able to get certain things, I think, and just it's not gonna be normal. It's gonna be unexpected stuff, and it's gonna do with all the Taurus stuff, money, the physical stuff, food, like it's looking weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie, with the rest of the transits coming and Uranus going offline, This is definitely a time to figure out the things you need now that are going to make you feel good. And it could be the simplest thing. Everybody's different. I'm not saying go out and doomsday prep. But like what is going to make you happy for the next 6 months, and what is going to bring you value, and what is going to make you feel comfortable, and let you still see the beauty in the physical things in the physical world. Go get it if you can. Just do it. Like, you have until Saturday. Like, if there's one thing that you think you'd really like to have, a physical object that would make you feel good, go get it. Just do it. The moon today is going to make a sextile to the sun in Leo. This is great. Like I said, be curious about the love. Be curious emotionally, so that we can connect and find ourselves and find the other person and bridge gaps. This is a great transit. It's a really beautiful one. To where, the Leo and Gemini get along really well, because they both get to express, and they both get to bring the passion and, the electricity, and they come in different ways. It's like when the mind and the heart mold together, and it's when our soul and our emotions can come together and express the true form, the truest form that you are from within, to bring that. Well, we still got this nice transit. Now Venus here in Cancer is finally starting to make some aspects. It's moving up on Chiron, which is coming at the end of this week. So this is building up to where it is this square of, finding the comfort and the value in like yourself, and like, who you are. Chiron in Aries is about you. It's about your healing. It's about your ego. It's about how you present yourself to the world. And are you scared to present your true self? Do you feel like you don't look good enough to present yourself to the world? Because this is the true healing, is when you do see the beauty in yourself, and you're comfortable in yourself and in your skin, so that you can present your truth in the purest way, in the physical form that you are. And we're all different, and we're all unique. And that's what Chiron's trying to bring out, is that we are all the weirdo. We are all unique. And as Venus approaches this, it's going to be this build up to like where, the world's really going to feel like, am I who I am? Am I comfortable in myself right now? And it's going to test us in so many different ways. So we have to get ready for that. And of course, Mars here squaring Pluto, 23 degrees. Boom, boom, boom. This is complete structure, overhaul of time, overhaul of the game. Capricorn's like the great game. It's like winning the game. It's at the very top. It's how do you get to the top? How do you win the game? And the whole game, the whole thing that we've ever thought it was, is just completely shifting. And if you're not willing to change your strategy in the game and adapt to what the game's changing to, this is going to be the hardest rest of the year ever. There are things coming that are just unreal. Like the astrology shows it. It's crazy. And today is a day to really embrace your ego, your Mars, to embrace you, and put that passion into your heart, Leo, with the trine over to Leo. It's about stepping into your heart. This is there is still a yod here, from Jupiter to Pluto to the sun. There's a bunch of yods. There's yods all over this. We're in such a fated moment as we're in this Leo season, as we're coming up on a new moon in Leo finally, where we do get the full Leo. This is truly where we're getting prepped to just jump into our true self, to express, to be the love that we are, and bring the greatest gift. And the greatest gift is trusting that you are something bigger than your physical self. It is trusting that there is a plan behind everything. Jupiter, Neptune, it is the faith. It is the blind faith. It is just the belief in something bigger than yourself, and having that come from your soul in the brightest, shiniest, most seen way ever. Leo is about being seen. And we got to bring that. There's so much on this right now. Clean it up a little bit. Because there's more yods, and I'm going to talk about them. Because we do have Juno here with the sun. And it is making a quincunx to Neptune. Both quincunxes with a sextile. That's another yod. This is about trusting in our subconscious. Trusting that spirit has things under control. Our soul, the divine goddess, the goddess of all goddesses, the true beauty in Libra, the balance, the justice within us, to trust that the universe is going to take our soul to the highest place it can go if we are just willing to stand in our light and stand in our truth. That's my eraser sound. And then Mercury's getting in the mix. So Mercury's going fast. 2 degrees. 2 degrees per day until it meets up with the sun and starts to slow down. So Mercury here is jumping towards the sun to catch up right now, ripping through this zodiac wheel. And it's going to start today also. Boom, 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 boom. More yod. They're all over the place. And there even is another one that's going to form with it. It comes later in the day. I think it was with like the vertex. So if like people are born on this crazy day, like wow. But again, this is about speaking up and communicating from the heart, communicating your truth. And then having the balls, whether you're a man or a woman, Mars in Aries, the most masculine of masculine, cardinal fire, in his home, dignified sign, where he's the strongest, having the courage and the strength to bring the fire, bring the heat from within, and stand in your truth, and just own it. Just own your identity, own your soul, and not let anybody else trick you. That's what Pluto wants to do. Pluto wants to hide and trick you. That's why it's also a co-ruler of Scorpio. Like, there's a deception to Pluto and Hades. You know, he wants to trick you to come to the underworld. And it's like the more we get sucked into the chaos of the reality that is this Capricorn energy right now. Maybe I'm just having fun erasing. I don't know. But it's like the more we do that and we get lost in putting our passion into the structure that's already failing, and we hold on to what's already just being revamped in the biggest way possible. Jupiter is expanding it. Saturn's there, like, fuck, I got to come back into my home sign. Remember, he was in Aquarius. He already left, and he was like, oh, man, I got to go back there and see what these motherfuckers are doing. Pardon my language, but we're in crazy times. And it is about really owning that Mars in Aries, owning our will, owning our drive to do what's right for ourselves, for our soul, and to go towards our truth. And as the moon transits to the end of Gemini and out of it, going to conjunct with the North Node and Venus tomorrow, this is a time to really step into the beauty within you and just feel comfortable within, and to go towards that truth and to not get stuck in the worldly beliefs out there. Oh, you have to do this, or you don't fit in, or you have to do that, or, you know, you're not part of the club or whatever. Whatever aligns with your truth, whatever keeps you curious, whatever keeps you asking questions, is where you need to go right now with the North Node in Gemini. And Mars and the Sun are making this amazing trine. Like, I'm just going to be clear. You know, we might get Mars in Aries every 2 years, but that doesn't mean that the Sun's there. So this is a beautiful, fiery, passionate trine that's building, that you can start feeling now, where you're going to start putting your drive and your passion into exactly what really serves you and what really brings you happiness and what really brings you love. And that is what you need to own, is that love. And to not get stuck thinking that you're not good enough. With Venus squaring Chiron, to think that you're not valuable enough. And then the squares to Pluto, to hold on to something that's crumbling. It's like the Tower card in tarot, which I'm going to pull a card in a second, but it's like the tower's crumbling. Like there's people jumping out of the tower in the Tower card. They didn't want to hold on to that. Like they were whatever. Like it was only like 5 stories in the card. Just made that up, but they lived, of course. And then they got the Star card and they went towards their truth and their destiny. That's where we're at. We're still in the Tower card, but that's what I'm getting at. New deck. Oh, the 8 of Swords. This deck blows my mind. It is the what's it called? The Celestial Tarot. So the 8 of Swords, of course, is like that blind faith to trust that, you're not binding yourself in your head. And this dog, right? Like the watchdog. Like he's just keeping a lookout. Like it's almost like trust your guides so that even if you don't have to watch, you know that your guard dog has your back. Like maybe you don't see, but maybe your guides do. And the more you can trust your guides, the more you can elevate yourself and go towards what really does feel right and really does feel aligned with your destiny. And, to really, to just trust that whatever's on the other side of that gate is going to be the most beautiful thing ever. And you gotta, you almost have to be curious enough to trust that today's going to work out in your best interest as long as you're in your passion and in your truth. I got 2 new decks, so I'm going to pull this Black Moon Astrology deck. It's the 5th house, and that's perfect. I'm so glad that we did that because it is about the creativity and the passion and the love. The 5th house is the love. It is the childlike spirit, and we got to bring that. And the sun is in Leo, and the Leo is, really that 5th house energy. We got to bring the fire, and we got to bring it from within, and we got to bring our truth, and we got to just bring the love and emanate the love and speak the love and own it and not get caught up in whatever ain't love. Whatever ain't love. Why even put your energy in it? But maybe that's just my perspective. Maybe you have to put your energy in that because maybe that is your truth. So by all means, whatever it is that aligns with you, go towards that. Own it, live it, love it, and just own it to the fullest and make it yours. I love you guys very much. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.